Hello, everybody. Steve Epstein, Epstein Partners, Keller Williams Realty, Santa Barbara, Montecito. Look, there's been a lot of talk about what's happening in the real estate market, and I wanted to just take a minute and kind of download some of my thoughts and ideas. I watched a great video from one of my favorite real estate talking heads, Tristan Ahumada, this morning. Always has wonderful things to say. And that kind of got me fired up to do this video. Have you ever been driving along at like 70 or 75 miles an hour? Not that I exceed the posted speed limit ever. And you slow down to 55 or 45, and it feels like the loss of inertia is so great that you could like get out and walk around the car, even though you're going 45 or 50, which is kind of zipping along still. It feels like, at least for the last 4 to 6 weeks, that's what our regional real estate market has been doing. And I would not suggest that 4 to 6 weeks of what our market's been doing a trend makes. Meaning, last year and the year before, I think June was kind of slow. Was our last June just a little bit slow, or is this the beginning of a correction? I don't know, and I'm not suggesting that I have a Ouija board or a crystal ball and I can see into the future. But one of the interesting quotes from Tristan this morning, it wasn't from him. He reminded me of it, but Mark Twain once said, "History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes." So where are we? Well, we've never been here before. We've never had crazy low interest rates that are starting to creep up as we come out of an artificially created economic stimulus based on a global pandemic. Or if we did 100 years ago for that pandemic, I don't know. But in our lifetimes, this has never happened before. So we've never been here before, right? We don't know what we're doing. People like to predict things because of their fear of the unknown. And that's why you get these prognosticators. There's some talking head on YouTube who sells a course. It's like, I sold $20 million of all my property because the sky's falling. And then there's, David Ramsey saying this is the best time to buy a house. Those are the extremes. But we really got to be careful that we look at data, we look at real numbers and not just the occasional talking head. We still have some very unusual factors. Unemployment is ridiculously low. It's below what's considered normal. In our region, we have virtually no inventory. It creeps up and down a little bit, but it's historically low. So study the actual data and the facts, and I think it'll help inform you a little bit more about what's really going on. I've had agents in the community say, oh, prices are coming down, because when they load the MLS hot sheet, they see price adjustments from listings. So their neighbor maybe got $2 million and they think they can now get $2.2 or $2.3 million, when really they probably can just get the same price their neighbor got, which would suggest to me that this isn't a crash or a big correction. It's a normal market. We've been in a very abnormal market. It's been a very hyper seller's market, and that's been great for sellers, but maybe we're just getting more towards some sort of homeostatic balance. I don't know, but seeing price adjustments on the morning hot sheet in the MLS for us realtors doesn't mean the net aggregate value of real estate's declining. It means that somebody shot for the moon on a higher price and couldn't get it. So again, try to keep your attention on the big picture. Real estate's not the stock market. We don't get these gyrations where you could take a 20% haircut overnight. I mean, barring a natural disaster or something, knock on wood. But this isn't the real estate market. So there's all these little catchphrases coming out, because interest rates are higher and it's getting more painful for people to buy, especially entry-level purchasers. Things like marry the mortgage, not the home, or marry the home, not the loan. Renting is 100% interest. These are all catchy things to say. Should you sell your house right now? Yeah, if you need to, or you want to sell your house, you absolutely should sell your house. We may be going into a correction. This may be a great time, but if it serves you to sell your house, absolutely you should sell your house. Should you buy a house? Short term? No, but I don't think you should ever buy a house for short term. I think you should always make real estate a long-term investment. I started real estate this month 35 years ago. I've been through 2 correction cycles, and I don't know anybody who lost money on real estate unless they were forced to sell during one of those correction cycles. So the time to buy a home is when you can buy a home. I mean, I don't think there's any good time. It's like having kids. Is there a good time to have kids? It's a lot of work no matter when you have them, and it's super cool. So I don't know if I should equate home ownership with having kids, but you get the idea. Anyway, that's my quick take on this. I'm fired up and excited for myself and my team as we enter in the very beginning of the second half of this year. And if we can help you, you know how to find us. Bye, guys.